The first 7 days of heartbreak can feel like the end of the world, but what you do in this short window can decide how fast you heal. Heartbreak is one of life's most universal yet most painful experiences. When a relationship ends, whether long or short, the emotional impact can feel like your world has crumbled overnight. You may feel numb, lost, confused, or as though you've lost a piece of yourself. Psychologists often compare heartbreak to physical pain because the brain activates similar regions when we lose someone we love. It's not just in your head, it's very real. But here's the truth. While heartbreak hurts deeply, the first 7 days after the breakup are the most critical. What you do during this time can either set you on a path toward healing or trap you in a cycle of suffering for months, even years. These first days are like laying the foundation of a new chapter. If you build carefully, with strength and care, you can recover faster and come out stronger than before. The first 7 days of heartbreak can feel like the end of the world, but what you do in this short window can decide how fast you heal. Here are the top 10 things you must do in the first 7 days of heartbreak. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and join us as we turn heartbreak into healing. Let's dive in. Step 1. Allow yourself to grieve. The very first thing you must do is give yourself permission to feel. Too many people try to suppress their emotions after a breakup. They put on a brave face, insist they're fine, or distract themselves endlessly. While temporary distractions may numb the pain, they don't truly heal it. Crying is not weakness, it's release. Emotional pain, like physical pain, needs to be acknowledged. By letting yourself grieve, you validate the reality that something meaningful has ended. Research shows that bottling up emotions can lead to prolonged depression, anxiety, or even physical health problems. So in those first 7 days, don't feel guilty if you cry. Don't shame yourself for feeling broken. Instead, treat your emotions as waves. Let them rise, let them crash, and trust that each wave will eventually pass. Remember, grief is the bridge between heartbreak and healing. Step 2. Tell a trusted friend or family member. Silence can be dangerous during heartbreak. When you keep everything bottled inside, your mind spins endlessly, amplifying your pain. That's why one of the best things you can do is reach out to someone you trust. This could be a sibling, parent, best friend, or even a mentor. Talk openly about what happened, how you feel, and what you're struggling with. Sometimes simply voicing your pain is enough to lift a heavy burden. A trusted person can provide perspective, comfort, and the assurance that you're not alone. Be careful, however, not to turn the conversation into constant venting about your ex. The goal is not to drown in bitterness, but to be supported in your healing. A good friend or family member can also keep you accountable to healthier behaviors, making sure you eat, sleep, and don't spiral into destructive habits. In the early days of heartbreak, community is medicine. Don't isolate yourself. Step 3. Cut off immediate contact with your ex. This is one of the hardest but most crucial steps. After a breakup, your brain still craves your ex like an addiction. You might feel an overwhelming urge to call, text, or check in. But each time you do, you're reopening the wound. Think of it as a detox. Just like a person recovering from an addiction avoids triggers, you must cut off direct contact, at least for the first weeks. This means no calls, no just checking in messages, and definitely no late-night scrolling through their social media. Cutting off contact does not mean you hate your ex. It simply means you respect yourself enough to heal. Without distance, your emotions cannot reset. This detox phase is painful at first, but it's the key to breaking unhealthy emotional dependence. In the first 7 days, block, mute, or temporarily delete their number if necessary. Protect your space. Step 4. Remove triggers from your environment. The photo on your wall, the gifts on your shelf, the playlist you made together, these are powerful emotional triggers. Each one can pull you back into grief unexpectedly. During the first week, it's wise to remove or store away these reminders. You don't have to throw them out immediately if you're not ready, but at least put them in a box and tuck them out of sight. This small act gives your mind and heart room to breathe. By reducing constant reminders, you're less likely to spiral into obsessive thoughts or uncontrollable sadness. Remember, healing doesn't mean erasing memories, but it does mean creating an environment where recovery is possible. Step 5. journal your feelings. One of the healthiest outlets for processing heartbreak is writing. When your mind feels like chaos, journaling helps bring clarity. Take a notebook and pour out your thoughts daily. Write about what hurts, what you miss, what you regret, and what you've learned. Don't censor yourself. Let the pages absorb your pain. Journaling is like emotional housekeeping. It clears out the clutter. Over time, you'll notice patterns, insights, and even progress in your writing. What feels unbearable on day the 1st of May looks slightly lighter on day 7. This is proof that healing is already in motion. Journaling also prevents emotional buildup from overwhelming you. Instead of endlessly replaying conversations in your head, you externalize them on paper. That simple act can bring relief. Step 6. Eat and sleep on schedule. Heartbreak doesn't just affect your emotions, it takes a toll on your body. Many people lose their appetite, binge on junk food, or struggle with insomnia. Unfortunately, neglecting your physical health only makes the pain worse. In the first week, commit to eating balanced meals, even if you don't feel like it. Focus on foods that support brain health and mood: fruits, vegetables, proteins, and whole grains. Avoid drowning in alcohol or sugar, which only deepen emotional crashes. Equally important is sleep. Your brain processes emotional pain during rest. Lack of sleep amplifies anxiety, irritability, and sadness. Try to keep a consistent bedtime and wake-up time, even if your body resists. By nurturing your body, you give your mind a stronger foundation for healing. Step 7. Move your body. When you're heartbroken, the last thing you may want to do is exercise. But movement is medicine. Physical activity releases endorphins, chemicals that improve mood and reduce stress. You don't need to hit the gym for hours. A simple walk, light jog, dance session, or yoga practice can do wonders. Moving your body helps release emotional tension stored in your muscles and gives your mind a break from constant rumination. In fact, studies show that people who exercise during emotional distress recover faster. So in the first 7 days, make it a priority to move, even when you don't feel like it. It's one of the quickest ways to remind yourself that life goes on. Step 8. Limit social media. Social media can be toxic after heartbreak. Every scroll risks exposing you to your ex's updates, or worse, seeing them with someone new. Even unrelated content can trigger comparison, making you feel lonelier. During the first week, limit your time online. If possible, take a short break altogether. Focus instead on real-life interactions, creative projects, or simply resting. If you must use social media, curate your feed. Unfollow or mute your ex. Avoid content that fuels sadness, and follow pages that uplift you. Protect your mental space fiercely. Remember, healing thrives in peace, not comparison. Step 9. Do one thing just for you. Heartbreak often leaves you feeling empty, as though part of your identity was tied to your ex. That's why one of the best healing strategies is to do something just for yourself. It could be a hobby you've neglected, a self-care ritual, or even something new you've always wanted to try. Read a book, paint, cook a meal, get a massage, or take yourself out to dinner. This act sends a powerful message to your subconscious. I matter. I can create joy on my own. In the first 7 days, doing something that sparks even a small moment of happiness can begin rebuilding your sense of self-worth. Step 10. Make a 7-day healing plan. Finally, don't drift aimlessly through the week. Structure brings comfort during chaos. Sit down and make a simple 7-day healing plan. Include small, achievable goals such as, I will journal for 15 minutes each morning. I will take a walk 3 times this week. I will call a friend at least twice. I will try one new activity. By setting intentions, you give yourself direction. The plan doesn't erase the pain, but it helps you reclaim control. Each step, no matter how small, becomes proof that you're moving forward. Heartbreak is devastating, but it is not the end of your story. The first 7 days are tough, but they're also a window of opportunity, a time when you can choose healing over hopelessness. By grieving, leaning on loved ones, cutting contact with your ex, removing triggers, journaling, caring for your body, moving, limiting social media, practicing self-care, and setting a healing plan, you set the stage for growth and renewal. Remember, pain is temporary. Every ending is also a beginning. These first 7 days are just the start of a stronger, wiser, and more resilient version of you. The first week after heartbreak isn't about forgetting someone. It's about starting to remember yourself. Take it one day at a time, and soon you'll discover you're stronger than you think. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights, encouragement, and stories of love, loss, and growth. Because your best days are still ahead of you.